Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remembered so you don't have to. Well, ever since I did my princess hate video, I kinda maybe sorta said I do bridge to Terabithia at some point. The responses have ranged from, oh boy, when are you gonna do that, to if you touch that timeless treasure, I will impale your testicles on a set of toothpicks. Ha! Joke's on you, I haven't felt any feeling out there because of scenes like this. Well, I'm not one to disagree with other people's opinions. Unless they're stupid and not mine. This is Bridge to Terabithia. Based on the beloved children's novel from the 70s, Disney decided to use this story as a means of realizing that their family death toll is a little too high. At least, in age. We can kill them younger, can't we? Isn't that our goal? To show kids what a beautiful world it is by making them realize death can take it away from them at any moment? And you wish upon the Reaper's coming, bitches! Hide! But to be fair, that's not the only reason to find it underwhelming. The others? Well, let's take a look at Bridge to Terabithia. We open with our main character named Jess, played by Josh Hutcherson, who lives next to a greenhouse run by his father, Robert Patrick. Still upset he'll never be allowed to do a role as good as the T-1000. But at least he's been working on his red-green impression.
They make them the same. Well, these vegetables are part of our livelihood. You got your chores done?
You ever notice how winding your window down by hand makes you look lower middle class?
Jess is getting ready to participate in a track race today. The only downside? He doesn't have the right shoes.
I could hardly call them sneakers anymore. I threw them out.
What?
There's a perfectly good old pair of Brenda's that I put out.
These are girls' ones.
Oh, come on. Just write friendship is magic on the side. At least the bronies will leave you alone.
You're one to talk.
Are you excited about your first day of school?
Yeah.
Isn't your sister?
Ew, you stink. Very cute. Mom, he stinks.
Wow. Apparently the movie is already so bored it decided to follow an ant. That's a bad sign. But Jess's plan to cover up his shoes doesn't work, as the stock bully gang is ready to pounce on him.
Sweet sneaks, Aaron. You wear your sister's hand-me-down underwear too? Beep, 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 beep. Know what that is? My loser detector.
Zing?
He asked you a question, Twinkle Toes. You're dead meat.
I hone my insults towards after-school specials of the 80s. Actually, this does bring up one of the major problems with the movie. The book was written in the 70s, which is fine, but if you're gonna update to present day, you have to do exactly that. Update it. And some of the dialogue here is clearly very dated. I mean, when's the last time you ever heard a kid say dead meat? But this kid acts like it's the holy grail of insults that nobody will ever be able to top him on. Listen to him, he's obsessed with the phrase.
Dead meat, dead meat, dead meat, dead meat, dead meat.
Dead meat! Oh, I'm so texting that zinger to my friend.
Dead meat! Hilarious!
Yeah, I know! We then see the entrance of our other lead, Leslie, played by Anna Sophia Robb, who I swear is the first human being to be physically photoshopped to look like a plastic Disney product. I'm serious, look at her! Just make a toy out of that face, it'll sell!
I don't use my Barbies so much anymore. If you want, you can have them. Thanks.
What do I need them for? I am the Barbie.
She's like a compilement of lesser child stars to create the ultimate in purified Disney unholiness. I hear there's even a plot among the Disney princesses to take away all her enchanted perfections.
First, we'll start with her cheekbones.
Yes, then her perfect little eyes.
Ariel, deal with it.
But is she just as perfect and endearing as the other Disney female leads? Does this movie like to dress their heroines like an imploding Punky Brewster?
But wait, I'm wearing girl shoes. Shouldn't I, like, absorb their power?
So it turns out Leslie lives right next door to Jess, but he doesn't let that quirky nothing wrong with her-ness get the best of him, as he's got the hots for someone else, a teacher played by Zooey Deschanel, star of the hit television show Filler After the Mindy Project. Check your whitest friends for listings. Are you sure this movie wasn't meant to be called Bridge to Non-Offensia? This world is so blandly upbeat, I'd swear it was a gum commercial.
As long
money for backing that you had to go to Juicy Fruit?
Juicy Fruit, the gum of contrived, unmotivated Disney moments everywhere.
While Jess still has the hots for 500 Days of Blandness, he does find his interest in Leslie does seem to grow as he finds out more about her. Especially when the teacher calls her up to read a paper she's very fond of, entitled
Self-Contained Underwater Breathing Apparatus by Leslie Burke.
Wow. This reading brought to you by the Incredibly Ironic Institute of pulling at shirt collars going, yo.
I'm floating in silence. Above me, there's nothing but shimmery light. The place where I have come from, and will go back to when I am done here.
Oh, come on. This is like John Bobbitt's favorite song being Walk Like a Man.
Where a school of silverfish wait. As I swim through the water, bubbles burst from me, wobbling like little jellyfish as they rise.
What does his father grow in his greenhouse again? Actually, this would be an interesting idea if he fantasized like this, as the credits make it look like that's actually sort of the angle they're going for. Like maybe his drawing is the visual style of his fantasy. But strangely enough, the rest of the movie is done with 3D CGI. So this is the only time this style is ever used. Yeah, kind of inconsistent, huh? It's like if for some reason I change up styles in the middle of the review to reflect something like Frank Miller.
Hey, Samuel L. Jackson.
I'm a Nazi for some reason.
I will in no way question that.
He starts to hang out with Leslie more and more, and they find they have quite the rapport. And by rapport, I mean she says something enchanting and he stares at her with awe.
Show me that you hear us!
Okay, can we have a name for this look? You know, this one? That dumbass expression when someone says something that the movie obviously wants to shove in your face was magical, so they give an awkward, quiet pause. Can we have a name for that, please? Whimsical digestion. Those painful moments where a character has to reflect on just how wondrous the movie they're in is.
Race to the end of the road. On your mark, set, go!
Come on! Over here is a moment anyone not going through a midlife crisis would find pointlessly endearing.
Oh, running's magical!
Hey, look at that! Cool!
That's been there forever. I wouldn't trust it.
With foreshadowing music like that, I think we could call it the death rope. Okay, even as enchanted moments go, this is really pushing it. It's a friggin' rope! When you look back on childhood, you might see this as something more remarkably innocent, but when you're a kid, it's a friggin' rope!
Let your head hang back and watch the clouds.
Well, maybe Jess can pop some sense into her overly whimsical way. Oh, come on! Is fucking everything gonna be like this? Is every little mundane thing going to be an incredible adventure of laugh and whimsy? Imagine if I did every little mundane thing like this. Whimsical in here!
Live your childhood fantasy somewhere else?
You guys are so not enchanting.
Oh, come on!
So Leslie, being so inspiringly wow, suggests that they make up their own little world.
We need a place. Just for us. What if there was a magical kingdom that only we knew about?
When we can use a ton of false advertising to trick Narnia fans into seeing.
Leslie!
Come on!
Wait up!
Help! Your talk of obvious fictional worlds in a public forest during the incredibly sunny daytime is scaring me.
What am I looking for exactly?
Just close your eyes, but keep your mind wide open.
What do we call this place?
Terabithia.
I'm so perfect and inspired, I came up with that fitting name in one try. I also have an idea for a young adult series that rips off Battle Royale.
Sounds trite. Leslie continues to make up details about her fictional world, but is it me or is her dedication sounding less charming and more psychotically specific?
Too bad for them. They got so close.
What are you talking about?
To the kingdom.
What's that?
That's the sound of the prisoners rattling their chains.
What prisoners?
The prisoners of the Dark Master. Jess, you and I have been sent to free them. Prisoners of the Dark Master, we have come to free you. See him up there?
Yeah.
Do you? Really?
Yeah, maybe a little too into our little world, aren't we?
Warriors.
Try dragonflies.
No, they're warriors. We rule Terabithia, and nothing crushes us. You better not let the Terabithians hear you.
I don't know this game.
What game? This is for real.
Why do I see years later a very disturbing reunion when they meet up again? Well, Leslie, thank you so much for dinner. You know, it's so good to see you've been doing so well after all these years.
Of course, Jeff.
Yeah, it takes me back to when we were little kids. Oh, hey, remember that fantasy world we made up when we were younger?
Terabithia.
Yeah, God, those were magical times. Remember how we used to pretend we used to live there?
What are you talking about? I'm still there.
What?
The Terabithians miss you, Jess. They would like their king to rule with their queen once more.
Oh, wow, look at the time. I gotta go do some, sane things. Away from you.
Let me show you more about Terabithia.
Please, I'm hungry and I need food.
So this is where the evil trolls lived. Do you see?
No!
Do you see?
No, there's nothing there. They're blank slides.
Oh dear. The Terabithians are telling me that someone might need another scrotum waxing.
I mean, yes, I see.
Oh, good. I thought you'd be like all the others that didn't see. We rule Terabithia, and nothing crushes us.
So sadly, both our stars have to return to the real world, where things still seem less than perfect. Though, to be fair, still pretty damn close to perfect.
Don't you think we should give her a hand?
She's fine.
Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, never change that joke. Never do any variation with it. I don't know what it is, but it's just timeless. You just got it. You got the perfection of laughter in that one little collection of words. Oh, ingenious. Absolutely ingenious. Keep it up, and this could be your future, pal.
Are you okay?
Problem.
Jess Aarons tripped me. On purpose.
Okay, Aarons. Hit the road.
He didn't do anything.
Go.
You have your magical kingdom you're in charge of? Well, I have mine. Bus World, where I can throw any kid off with no legal repercussions whatsoever. Don't mess with the king, baby. Bus World. But they still manage to find peace in their fictional realm, where friggin' everything seems to amaze them.
How come you're so good at that?
Good at what?
Building and stuff. I mean, you're really good at it for a girl.
I mean, hammering a nail into a door? It's fucking witchcraft. But even their world at times can come crashing down.
It's a giant troll.
Oh, will you shut up already? We almost died!
Squirrels!
Sneaky foot soldiers of the Dark Master.
Let's cut open their teeny-weeny stomachs and feed on their nutty little entrails. Terabithia, goddammit!
But Jess decides his world isn't Rockwellian enough. A pointless animal's sidekick will fix that up, as he adopts a dog out of nowhere and just gives it to Leslie. Yeah, kinda random. How do you think the parents feel about that? Well, apparently they're just as everlastingly perfect as she is, so of course they don't mind. Don't believe me? Just look at how downright utopian these loaves of Wonder Bread are.
I am determined to have this wall finished, so when the late sun hits it, we can watch it catch fire.
Now that's one steady hand, Jess. That's an artist's hand. Am I right? You know, the best prize that life offers is the chance to work hard at work worth doing. That's Teddy Roosevelt said that.
It's just like my parents said before they left Bethlehem. Son, do your best to cure cancer, hug puppies, and quote scholars with impeccable articulation. Christ, can this world get any more sappy or schmaltzy? Oh God! Stop it! You're making Full House look like a Holocaust drama!
Nothing's ever what it seems. You think you got it figured out, then find yourself another layout, and life can bring you to your knees. Lift you till you're flying. Do you wanna live it?
Wow.
What did I tell you? Was it worth it?
Well, we suck as painters, but at least we rock as a Sears catalog commercial. Don't you dare show it again! So now the dog is in their fictional world, which their imaginations seem to make more and more real by the day.
That's it! That's its weak spot.
It's ticklish. Troll toe jam.
We should probably feed the dog.
No, he's a magic dog that doesn't need food and can fly off cliffs whenever we toss him.
That doesn't sound right.
Terabithia, goddammit!
This fictional world, I guess, strengthens their courage as they stand up to bullies who block people's entrances into the bathroom. Are there no adults in this fucking school?
That's not fair, is it? Peeing's definitely supposed to be free. Free the pee! Free the pee! Free the pee! Free the pee! Free the pee!
Thus the free-to-pee movement was born. First they moved to Russia, then they migrated to China. Soon the world fought back against the evil communists.
You know what happened if I were to pick a fight with her?
You'll get your butt kicked.
No, I'd be kicked out of school for fighting a girl. What's that gonna prove?
But they figure out another way to get back at her. They forge a love letter from a boy she likes, and she actually believes it's from him, making a fool of herself in front of everybody.
Didn't Willard know he's totally in love with you?
It just happened. He just walked away.
Okay, his sister enjoyed that a little too much. That wasn't just a funny little moment, that was Count of Monte Cristo style vengeance.
Oh, her tears of despair fuel my inner goddess.
But they find out that maybe their joke went too far, as they start to feel sad for the bully and even manage to get some interesting information out of her.
Her dad gets really mad at her. He hits her, and it got out.
Well, what did you say to her?
I told her just to pretend that she had no idea what anyone was talking about. And in a few weeks' time, everybody would just forget about it. Then I gave her a piece of gum.
Oh, well, I do hope it was juicy fruit gum. It is the almighty savior.
Juicy fruit. Why call the police when you have gum?
Then, get this, they actually decide to bring religion into the mix. Yeah, I know, I'm scared too.
Sunday, we go to church.
Can I come?
You'd hate it.
No, I think it'd be cool.
Girls can't wear pants.
I've got dresses, Jess.
Girls can't wear pants? Look guys, I don't know when's the last time you've been to church, but unless you worship at Our Lady of Donna Reed, I don't think this is an issue. But bizarrely enough, even their fictional world starts to play a part here too. Hey, they are honoring a carpenter who brought people back to life and turned water into wine. No talk of magic will be allowed in here. And to make things even more awkward, they start talking about their religious experience on the way back. Just remember guys, the last time Disney tried to talk about religion, we got a perverted old man jerking off to a sexy fireplace. Unless you plan to turn this into a creepy ass song number, tread lightly.
Because if you don't believe in the Bible, God will damn you to hell when you die. That's right, huh, Jess? God damns you to hell if you don't believe in the Bible.
Okay, can I just say that forgiving Disney for the Jonas Brothers is made a little bit easier when they have a small child say God damns you to hell several times in their kids' movie?
God damns you to hell, God damns you to hell, God damns you to hell.
I seriously do not think God goes around damning people to hell. He's too busy running all this.
Whimsy! And speaking of which, we have even more whimsy to partake in, as yet another trip down imagination lane takes place.
Here, open this.
Oh! She says she won't let me free unless I convert to Judaism! Oh.
But, oh no! More poorly CG'd monsters off the port dumb!
Wow, we suck even in our own fantasies.
I can't be cool anywhere.
Run! Run, faster!
You know, here's my problem with these fantasies. If they were really using them to solve their problems or tied in more to the story, I could forgive them more. But apart from a monster having a bully's voice or a bully's face, there's no other connection to anything going on. So the movie just sort of stops dead in its tracks for these scenes that have no suspense because we know it's not real, and no investment because we're not learning anything about them. How much more interesting would it have been if they sat down and talked with the troll who looked like the bully? Or maybe some of their adventures were connected to their real life worries. Wouldn't that be more dramatic? Wouldn't that be more interesting? But no, they use it to green screen a background of them running against a forest, which, why didn't you just film them running against a forest?
They'll catch us.
Leslie, we're the fastest in Terabithia.
Get alongside that one.
At the end of the day, they go back home and say goodbye to one another.
See ya.
Yeah, see ya.
Well, I sure hope nothing bad happens to either of them after this totally random goodbye that isn't in any way being embellished for any reason whatsoever.
It's a trap!
Okay, we got enough Return of the Jedi jokes. The next day, Jess gets a call from his music teacher and sees if he wants to go alone with her downtown to an art museum. And yes, that sounds exactly as creepy to you as it does to me.
I know it's a Saturday, but it's your teacher, Miss Edmond. I was planning on taking my nephews into the city to the museum, and my sister changed her plans last minute, so I had a thought.
Again, I don't know if this was a more acceptable thing during the 70s, but nowadays, this would raise some serious red flags. Don't believe me? Try watching it with this music instead.
Witness the horror. Witness the terror. Witness a famous actor playing that scary role every famous actor wants to play at least once in their career. Zooey Deschanel. Hunger Games joke. The Field Trip. Brought to you by Disney. Na 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 na.
Mind like yours wide open, you could create a whole new world.
God, I'm sick to death of these forced whimsical moments. Can't once just something go incredibly wrong in this movie?
Oh my God, Jess.
Where in God's name have you been?
Well, good. Somebody better be dead.
Your friend Leslie is dead.
Send your angry emails to nostalgiacritic@idiotwithbadtiming.com. Yikes, they killed her off? I mean, damn.
She drowned in a creek this morning. Apparently she tried to swing across on a rope and it broke.
Well, I'm sure they'll do a lot of over-the-top romanticizing with this too. What, does he have flashbacks of seeing her or like her spirit in the forest or something? Actually, to the movie's credit, the majority of the film dealing with the death scene is handled pretty maturely. He goes through denial over his best friend being gone, takes long silent walks by himself, snaps at his sister. Even the fantasy world plays an interesting role. He sees a dark spirit heading towards him that he tries to run away from, which is really his father forcing him to confront the reality of her passing, resulting in him finally breaking down.
I wasn't there to go with her. It's my fault.
Where were these scenes earlier? This is really effective. Well, for the most part. There's still one or two moments that still seem a bit heavy-handed. For example, what song are they singing in class the next day?
Someday I'm finally gonna let go.
Oh, come on!
I know there's a better way.
Okay, kids, next we'll be singing the happy songs of Hope Floats Under the Sea and Rolling Down the River. Jess, you look sad for some reason.
So, looks like you're the fastest kid in the class now, huh?
Oh! 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 No! 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 Okay, normally I wouldn't say that violence is the solution, but in this test, I say definitely choose answer F for fuck his ass up! Don't make him get out his cake decorating kit.
Hey kid. Sorry about your friend.
Now get off. I don't want any evil spirits haunting my domain. Buzzwirl. But speaking of bridges, he decides to build one for himself. Obviously learning from that sorcery she taught him with hammering nails into wood, he builds his own bridge and decides to bring his sister into his fantasy world. And sure enough, her imagination allows them to once again see the exact same vision somehow.
Is there a king? Are you the king, Jess?
Only if you're a princess.
Wait, does that technically make me your daughter?
Look, my best friend's dead and my teacher's hitting on me. I don't know what's normal anymore. And to top off this story about realizing life by accepting death, how about a completely unfitting up-tempo pop song? Your best friend died, your world is a lie. You asked your God in a bag, please why? And you know, doesn't this music kind of sum up what's wrong with the movie? I give it credit for what it's trying to do and for actually succeeding in some areas. The death scene is handled well. The fact that our two leads aren't romantically involved is very rare. And the idea of creating a world to cope with the harshness of life is not a bad one. But the dialogue needed to be updated, the whimsical tone is just too over the top, and a story like this only works if the kids act like real kids, not like unrealistic heavenly archetypes that are only made that way so you can feel more bad when one of them dies. Imagine if the death scene of a child happened in, say, The Sandlot or To Kill a Mockingbird. It would have been much more effective because you identified with these characters because they were written as normal kids, not angelic memories of being a kid. So it would have hit you a lot harder. But when you make them too perfect, they don't seem real, and therefore they're harder to feel for when something as heavy as this happens to them. So while I don't think it's among one of the worst movies I've seen, as some parts did get it right, I don't think it fully understood that fun little moments should just be portrayed as fun little moments, instead of the most important whimsical experiences life has to offer. Though to be fair, it does make everyday activity seem a lot more exciting. I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember it, so you don't have to.
Audition for College Humor?
Yeah.
Oh no! Terabithia, goddammit!
Goddamn to hell.